Good morning everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you for joining me, I hope you're all well. Just shuffle my chair if I can. Okay, so we're going to get this show on the road to 1,000 subscribers hopefully. So yeah, we're going to start with the first prize in the giveaway when I reach 1,000 subscribers, which is going to be this journal. So if you've been with me a little while, you'll have seen me make it off and on. If you've only just joined, this will be one of at least 4 prizes for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So I'm hoping that I am back full time now, doing between about 40 minutes and an hour's video every day. So 2 or 3 times a week it will be working on this journal. It's just emerged itself, so the colour blue for the cover has come from this napkin that I put on here. I have ordered a silver book plate to go on the front of it because I think it wanted silver rather than the antique colours, definitely feeling the spring, and I've got some silver book corners to go on it. So yeah, so I'm going with the blue theme. I've pulled whatever little bits and pieces of lace I've got with me out, and some material, and we're going to sew in the signatures. Now the signatures are not blue and they're not one particular theme, they are eclectic. I went for colour and I'm hoping, you know, that they're going to be kind of spring-like, but colourful anyway. Yeah, and we'll spend a bit of time embellishing the journal. That one looks taller now, doesn't matter how many times I've cut these, they all seem a different size. Yeah, so it's going to be a 3 signature hard cover journal that we're going to make on film together, and then yeah, some lucky person hopefully will win it, and it will be, yeah, going off to a new home when we've filled it a bit. So I've also spent the last few weeks creating some ephemera to go in it as well. We may create more yet, I don't know, but yeah, today finally we're going to sew the signature in now, and I haven't decided still whether to just sew it through that hard, I haven't reinforced it but it's quite a hard cover there, or whether to actually sew it into a what do you call it, not floating, do you call it a floating spine? It might be. So let's have a little play. Let's move those to one side, and I'm going to cut a spine out and then I'll decide as I go. You can probably hear it is raining very hard here in Lincolnshire in the UK, but it's not cold particularly. But yeah, it's rained heavy, very heavy all morning. It's late morning now. So I'm thinking about 3.5 centimetres, which is not quite 1.5 inches. Let's cut a piece of this and see where we go. It's not an exact science this. Right, that end's a bit, let me take that end off to start with. Start with a nice firm edge. So this is I think it's a back from a writing pad, or it came with some paper that I ordered online. You know, it usually comes with some stiffening card in it, so it's one of those two. Right, I don't need to measure, do I? Because I can measure on here. What did we say? 3.5. Let's do 3.5 on here and see what we think. Did I move that at all? Don't think so. Not enough for it to affect anything badly. So that was better than, yeah, it's too, thought so. It's definitely too big. So we'll take something off this side. About 1/4, shall we? Yeah, so I don't have a mark for 1/4 all the way down, so that one's a bit trickier. Oh, maybe I do. If only my eye could find it. That one, I think. Yeah, that seemed to take more off the bottom than the top, so let's try that again. No, it did. It definitely did. It wasn't the machine, it was me. Right, so I'm expecting an Amazon delivery today with my microphone, so yeah, I won't have to remember to shout up at you soon. I will have my microphone back attached to me. Won't that be nice for everybody? Yeah, I do try and listen back to my videos, all of them. Sometimes before I put them up, but you know, if not, when they go up. And yeah, I am a mumbler. I do have a tendency to, when I'm thinking, go off and start talking quietly to myself. Yep, it's tight, but I'd like it quite tight. Yeah, so the microphone did cure that, but I lost the little fluffy end off the end, so I couldn't wear it any longer. Right, so if we're going to sew these 3 signatures into here, I'm going to need a yes, what do you call it? I need some scrap paper first. A template. I'll just use a bit of this rather than use good paper. What do we think? No, perhaps not. Right, I've got some scrap misprints somewhere. One of those will be perfect. Everything's attaching to itself. Are they in there? Yeah. Not misprints, but my ink ran out of. My printer ran out of ink, so it prints everything purple. I'm sure I've told you that before, or perhaps even you have the same issue with yours. It's HP. Yeah, I have heavy ink usage, so yeah, although all the colours don't run out, I always seem to be left with purple for some strange reason. I don't understand how they mix them, but right, we have got 3 signatures to go in. So yeah, I'm doing this without a practice run. I'm not thinking about it beforehand, so be prepared for me to make a boo-boo, but this is what I do generally. So fold it in half to find the middle, the 3 signatures. Can you hear that rain? I wonder. It's really, really nice actually. It was raining yesterday afternoon. I think I told you in the video probably this morning yeah, that I fell asleep, and I think perhaps listening to the rain as well as having pain medication may well have been part of that. Yeah, so it's not 100%, but it's not far off. I'm not going to fight it any more than that. Yeah, now normally I do ink that so that you can see what lines I'm using. Yeah, I mean, I've done this quite a few times on film now, so feel free to fast forward if you don't want to watch me make the actual template. I wasn't even sure to come on and show you me sewing the signatures in, but whenever I just come on with the signature sewn in, I always get at least one, often 2 people saying I'd like to have seen that, and then I feel bad. So yeah, I'll just keep showing it for a while, and then hopefully there'll be quite a few videos up there where I can say, well, you can go watch this video where I did it. I appreciate some people like to see it all, the whole thing from start to finish, so that was the whole idea of this this journal when I started it, was that you would be able to see it from start to finish and then have the chance to win it. Yeah, so this is just a template, it's not going in anywhere, it's just so that I get the holes in the same place on the spine as in the papers. Okay, so now we've got 3 clear well, brown lines to you can see. Sorry, I'm wriggling, I've got a little bit of backache. So I've got them spaced accurately across here. I now need spacing this way, so I'm going to do a 3-hole pamphlet, so I need 3 equally spaced holes that way. So the middle one is easy, you just fold it lengthways and do that. Yeah, and now have the centre of the spine, and then it really depends on how far down you want it. Where did I put my signature? Yeah, from the top of the actual book. Right, I have zoomed out a little bit so you can see a bit more of the desk, I'm hoping. Right, so that one very nearly fills it, doesn't it? That is the tallest. They're all pretty much the same, but don't need a pencil. So what are we going to go? I don't think we need to go in too much, do we? I'll fold it over where I want it and then I'll measure it and tell you how far in I've gone. Oh well, when I find my ruler, here we go. There we are. It is, yeah, so I've gone 2 centimetres down. The midpoint is 10 centimetres. It's a 20 centimetre spine. So, and I'm going to put a T on there for top, just in case there is a difference between the two. I'll try and fold them the same, but there really is no, you know, need to be that accurate. I'm not going to measure and put lines, so this one might be slightly different. But as long as you use the top one for all the top holes, you'll see what I mean. If you don't understand at the minute when I use it, you're fine. Yeah. So always have a top, even if you think they're identical sizes. Okay. So that's the template, and that's that. The next thing is, if this is going in, I need to cover it. I don't want that showing. And I did bring along some pieces of material. I'm liking this one with the inside, but how, well, that one's a bit fussy, or I've got plain white. I'm just wondering how these holes will, well, that hasn't got holes. You know, the lacy, can still see through it, but oh, do we like the lacy holes? It is kind of, it's not exactly craft card, but it's kind of craft card covered, isn't it? So do we go with those fancy holes? Because obviously some of it's going to be stuck on the outside, isn't it? If I have the floating. The other option is to cover this completely, stick it down and then go through, have the strings on the outside through that. Sometimes I like to see the strings on the outside, and I'm just thinking that it's going to be quite strong. Well, that would cover them. It's going to be quite heavy. I mean, it needs to have a strong spine. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is cover this, glue it in, and actually poke through both and have the strings through, just for strength, more than anything. I do like the strings showing through, mind, but yeah, it'll just give it that little bit more. Right, so what are we covering it with? Just stick it down with some Fabri-Tac. No, because Fabri-Tac will show through. See what I said about not working it out before I come on? I'm just making it up. Quite like those flowers there. Not got enough room, so it'll have to be those. Yeah, I'm just thinking of Fabri-Tac in the back that won't be seen, and just leaving the front loose. What do we think? Let's have a look at it. Because there's this light blue round here. I'll give it a go. I've got plenty of material, haven't I? What have I got to lose if it doesn't work? So let's get rid of some excess before we start. Oops. Some of these will be nice in the tags that we make. Or some muffles. If I ever get my sewing machine going again. Might cut it down some more, but let's see. Yeah, that side wants to be down a bit more. Just don't want too much bulk in there. I do want enough to grab it though, seeing as we're not gluing the front. Okay. Let's see how much of a sticky mess I can get myself into. Yeah, I was just wondering if to mark this card first, but no. We'll get this on it and decide if this is what we're using in this instance. edge. Okay, just soaking it up. Come on. This is going to muck in my desk now. Not too bad. Are we sticky now? Oh, that's covered quite well, hasn't it? Need to think about the bottom, but yeah, I think if I trim that, it might just fold over. Not too close, Denise. Sorry, I hope you can see what I'm doing. Now I can cut that excess off. Should just fold neatly over. Take a bit more. I don't want to get too close to that edge, but I don't want it to stick up either. Yeah, so just like when we're covering a cover with material. Let's see what we can do. Oh, we're glooping out already, are we? I was just thinking how well you was behaving, Fabri-Tac. Just fold it that way. Yeah, once it's dried, that Fabri-Tac, if I've got bits hanging, I can trim them. Okay, let's do the same here then. So not too close, but fairly close to the top of that card. The back bit we don't need, so we can trim the bulk. That's it. I got stuck on my scissors. And then fold it over. Okay. Have I got a wire in there? Yep. Sorry about that. Mum came in. So I just finished folding it over. That's all I've done, and put a couple of clips on it just while that glue dried, which it very nearly should be now. So yeah, I am going to just stick it in here because the longer it's got glue in there, the better. Yep, so a lot of Fabri-Tac on here, and then yeah, a long time to set, I think. So I'll get the signatures prepped and marked up as well, and then I'll go and have lunch and leave this to set, and then yeah, hopefully it'll be dry enough to sew the signatures in when I get back, because yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be the second video that you see today, so it'll be a late afternoon video that goes up. I just did a quick one yesterday just for you to have something to see first thing in the morning. So yeah, I think that's quite a lot in there. Obviously the more I put on, the longer it's going to take to dry, but the more I put on, the stronger it's going to be also. I guess the stitching of the signatures is also going to help this this adhere as well, but I'd like it to be stuck down in its own right, as well as stuck down. Make sure it shuts and it's square. It does. Yeah, I want it to be stuck down really well. Yeah, so I'll leave it open because it'll dry better open, I think. I'm not going to have a problem closing it, no. So we'll just leave that there. We will prep the signatures. I did clip this one earlier just to work out where I wanted all the pages. Yep, sorry, Mum came in again, so I'm just getting myself settled again. Oh goodness me. Right, so yeah, as I was saying, I've marked this one out where I want the pages because yeah, they're not all the same size. I wanted to try and get some of them central. So all I'm using on here is really that the middle line, which is the top there. So T for the top. Now, am I going to put them all central? Yes, I think I will. So, let's get the ruler. I hope you can see in there. I just don't want to separate it out too much. So, I'm going from the longest sheet, you know, the tallest sheet to the tallest sheet as I can see it. and it is like 19 3/4, so don't know how I'm going to do this so you can see it. I might have to do it with a little tiny green dot. So I want the very middle of that. That couldn't have been a more awkward, could it, size? So if it was 20 it would be 10, so it's like a 1.5 millimetre less than 10, so about there. Don't know if you can see that. So that's the very centre. So what we'll do is we'll get all 3 signatures where the very centre of them is together. So that's the top, so we know that the centre of this signature is going through that. So this one, oh, it's only just on that page, look, it's going through there. And this one is going through there, so that is something you might want to take into consideration. I haven't done that one on the crease, look. Is measure your smallest page before you do this and make sure that your signature grabs your smallest page. Okay, so I'm going to put this one on as the first one, but it's not stuck yet, is it? So yeah, I said I was going to come back and do it once I get it marked up. I like to be getting it on and getting it in there. So yeah, I'll mark the others up. Ooh, the rain's coming down again. No lid on the Fabri-Tac. I'll get these marked up. I'll get some thread in my needle, and then I will go off and have some lunch. And hopefully when I come back it will be, now the rest are all centralised, I know they are, it will be dry enough for us to sew in. I just want to get the signature sewn in with you today, as it's like an extra video, and then tomorrow we can start. Will you hold that on there? You will. Yeah, embellishing it and filling it and putting lace and all that lovely fun stuff. Right, so this one's 19.5. Let's get you squashed down. You look like you're stuck up a bit. We're 19.5, just shy of 19.5, so we want to be a little bit less than 10 here. So we'll go with the centre dot there. I hope you can see. I hope I can see when I come back to them. Yep, so the centre is the centre, you can't change that, of every signature. And then from the centre we've got the same again. Now I could move that up a little bit. No, I can't because I've put the centre in. No, let's not do that. Let's not mess about, seeing as it's a giveaway journal. The thing is, that is going to literally be right at the top of that. But if it goes through, we can fix it. Yeah, I should have tried it out before and there, because it's well in there. I could still move it, I suppose, but no, we'll see what happens and we'll fix it. Okay, so if you can see what I mean, when we sew them in, the centre of this one and the centre of this one will be absolutely lined up. Yeah, and then that dot will be lined up with that one. I'm sure you've seen it 1,000 times and you know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to explain it to anybody who's you know, starting it new, and yeah, don't let it put you off, because it looks so much more complicated than it is. It is just trial and error, and I would say if you know, if it's putting you off binding your own journals, just get a load of scrap papers together and just practice binding them, and make yourself some scrapbooks or something like that. Because once you've mastered it, once you've done a few, you'll be away. And we've got the same 19.5, so 9 3/4, isn't it? Just about there. Yeah, normally I would just do a pencil mark here. I'm hoping that's not going to show too badly. Oh, I can clip those together. Did you notice? Just flying by the seat of my pants here. I haven't got any more clips that are going to reach. Ooh. There's one. What else have we got? Stop moving it about. They're not going to do it, are they? There's this tiddly little one. And bought big paper clips now. Because those real big ones that I've got will just I'll just chew up my papers. Let's see if we can get this one in. If we open it up, it should hold it. That's it. Just really holding them in while you sew them in. And then, yeah, I do so hope you can see in there. So top at the top. And again, that one's just in, but we'll just go with it today. Got that on the centre. There. Oops. Stuck to me. Yeah, so when I come back now, we're all marked up. No, we're not all marked up. The signatures are all marked up and ready to go. What we'll need to do is mark, or I won't mark this. I'll put it on here like this, and I will literally poke through it with the awl to make the holes. So just so that you can see where I'm going to poke, I'm going to poke on those 3 intersections there where the lines intersect. These 3, which will be the middle 3, where the where we lined the signature up, and then these 3 where the bottom stitches will go in. So what I'll do when I come back and that's dry, I'll just pop that on there and put a book under it, and then with my awl I will just create all those holes. And I'll just do the signature ones as I'm putting them in. So I'll create them just before I sew them in, rather than create them and give them a chance to move about. Okay, so I'm going to go with 1, oops, 2, just a generous 3 length, because I am going to put some kind of dangle. I don't know what yet, I haven't decided. We'll do that together. But yeah, we'll have something dangling from each of the middle threads on this, just for a bit more fun in the making. Yeah, as well as it looking interesting. Okay, so they're ready to go. It will be ready to go when it's dry. Move that out the way, and yeah, I'll call it a day there. Go and get my lunch and then come back and sew it in with you. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I hope you are, to start well, we'll go through the ephemera, choose some bits to put in, and yeah, start filling it. Okay, so I will see you very, very shortly. Okay then, I'm back. Let's see if we can get this signature sewn in, and yeah, get started on it. Right, so I'm having the strings on the inside, so which one? I think I'll start from the front, and I'll have that one on the front. So I need to poke holes in this. Where's the top? That is, and that is. So I'm wondering if I perhaps ought to fasten it down in a couple of places with a bit of washi, just to stop it wobbling about. I think there. I think that should hold it still. I think so. Let me just get myself sitting on my chair properly. Okay. I wonder if I really don't want it to wobble. I'll put a bit more on. I mean, I reuse these bits of washi that I'm tearing off. I just put them on the edge when I've done with them. And yeah, I'll put them on projects or use them for other things, so it's not a waste. Straight? No. that's it. So we'll go with a 3. Or even on there. Oh, it's moving about a bit. I'll hold it as well. Okay, so we'll hold through all 3 at the top. Middle 3. I should be able to see on the outside where I've poked the holes, and then I can always make them bigger if I need to, but I have got quite a small headed needle, so it should go through fine. Oops, don't move that. I hope you can see. I've turned the camera on and off so many times today. I hope it's still in the correct view. I can't redo this if you're not seeing it. I suppose I ought to check that you're filming, really. Yes, you are. Oh, ouch. That hurt. Oh, shouldn't have. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see the holes there anyway. Yeah, and there, lovely. Just do them again. Oh yeah, it's through that one, no problem. Oh. I got so many comments saying how beautiful the bird on the front of the cover was. Yeah, I'm pleased it's going to be a popular cover and a popular colour, because I'm loving it. Oh. There we go. Ouch. And like I say, I bought a lot of those napkins, so I think where's the one with the needle? When I open my Etsy shop again, which I don't think I'm going to do until I get into my own room, you know, into my own house again, so that I can get everything laid out and it's easy to pack and things like that. Yeah, I might put a few up in there, so if you're fancying some for summer, might put, you know, 3 or 4 in a pack up for sale cheap. Right, so same with this then. I'm going to punch holes, whoops, where we've put those dots. And the theory is they'll line up exactly, so here's hoping. Yep, so that one's got the 3 holes punched through. Here we go. So through the middle of here. And this is going to be the very front one. And that's the front of my... So through the middle of there. I'm wondering if, oops, don't be coming undone on me. Oh, you are, aren't you? I'm wondering if I need my pliers, I was going to say, to pull the needle through that 2 layers of spine. So far so good. The trick with this is to make sure you're staying in the correct line, so make sure when you go through the top one, it's the one that's, you know, nearest the front. That's it. And then in there, in the top of the journal. Got the dithers. That's it, through. I know you couldn't see that, but it's a tricky manoeuvre showing it on camera and getting it through too. Oh, luckily they're just here. Just try not to rip that top piece of paper, and I haven't. Yep. So far so good. So back out through the hole we made in the bottom. And making sure we're in line again through the hole in the spine. And I will use this because my fingers are starting to ache pulling it. Oh, goodness me. Oh. Okay, so we've got through 3. We need to get back through the middle, and first one's in. Making sure everything's lined up where it should be. This is where you could do with 3 hands. So back through that hole, and obviously if you're pulling it tight you kind of need to get it through both holes at the same time. This is where the skill or the luck comes in. Are we in the right place? We're through, but I think I might have just gone to the side of the hole a little bit. I'm gonna, oh no, it's coming through. And it gets harder and harder, this middle one. I do have to say that is the tricky bit, is getting it through that middle hole. Right. Pull it tight and see if we've sewn through. Don't think we have. Let's see. So 1 string either side. Yeah, I have got quite, I might have to put something on those green dots. I did want you to see what I was doing though. Won't be too difficult to hide them. Yep, so we've got a nice straight line there, so I haven't crossed over into the wrong part. So pull it tight without ripping the papers, and a couple of knots. 1 right over left and 1 left over right. And yeah, that's a nice and taut without ripping. Okay, 1 in, 2 to go, I think. Yep, so I like that one at the front because there's a bird on the front cover and then there's a bird on the front page. Obviously this is going to have pockets in front of it, and I'm thinking I am going to put the book plate on there through, so it'll probably be a big pocket that covers a lot of that, so that the brads holding it in are hidden. And I don't have to put brads in, I could glue it, but I think brads would be good. Yeah, so 1 down. What did I do with that needle? Like I say, the first one is the easiest. It gets a little bit trickier the more you get in. Let's see, what were we going for next? Can't even remember. What do we like next to that back page? Yeah, the red, I think. So I need to punch the holes in this. I suppose the easy thing to do would be to punch all the holes in one go, but at least they're nice fresh holes. Doing it this way, you know, they haven't got a chance to close up and what have you. Yep, so same again, you can see the big green dots. I think the ink's probably spread. Don't think I made them quite that big. I might have done. Can you hear that rain? So relaxing, it really is. And it's not dark. Usually when it's real heavy rain like this, I mean the sky is grey, but it's normally really dark, isn't it? But it's not. It's quite light, so yeah, nice. So Caroline with Dream with Caroline, from Dream with Caroline on YouTube, was telling me it's the same we have in England. I didn't know if you'd heard it in other places, but she said it looks like March is so through the middle of that one and through the middle, the very middle of these is going to come in like a lion and out like a lamb. Yeah, we usually say that here about spring. I think she said something about the groundhog. We don't have Groundhog Day in England because we don't have ground dogs. But Yeah, she said because of that, that's what's going to happen. So that's good. It has come in like a lion, hasn't it? Well, it definitely has in England with all the... Right, did I check that I had that the right way up? No, but I have, luckily. Yeah, with all the storms that we've had, it definitely has come in like a lion. So let's hope the old saying is true. And it's going to be a lovely spring end to the month. I know we've only just started. We're only just in the beginning of March, but why don't you want to come through the middle piece? Yeah, you see, if you do it with it shut, it goes straight through, I think. It's just that I can't show you it or look myself. We're getting cluttered. Let's make a bit of space. So, yeah, I've gone out the middle. Let me just check that I'm in a straight line. I am. Out through the middle and up through the top, just like last time. And then we're going to take it out the bottom one again. Like that. Oops, stopping you. Nothing, we're through. And yeah, the middle hole in the spine, and pull it through. I think it's going to be a very heavy journal, this, so it's going to take some posting. To try not to overfill it. To be honest, there's not going to be a lot of room, because I did still go for, where am I? Right, so we're going back through there again, trying not to split that, and back through that one, the tricky one again. No, close it, that's better. Yeah, so because I wanted the 3 signatures, I made them quite big, didn't I? I took some out, but because I want the 3 signatures, it's quite big anyway, so yeah, I don't think I will be able to, even if I wanted to, overfill it, because one on the other side of there. Yeah, because it's fairly full before we start adding. Okay, pull it that way. Nice and snug there, and it's in a nice straight line. Yes, it is. So let's get a tight, but not too tight, couple of knots. Number 2. 2 down, 1 to go. And I'm not going to say anything to jinx myself. I'm saying very little at the moment. Yeah, I'm pleased I decided to put the string through. It is making it that little bit stronger as well for the weight. So last one, here we go. So let's make sure we do this correctly since we've got this far. So this way up, yes, and string. So this is just white waxed thread. It's not linen, it's just, I presume it's just synthetic thread. Wasn't really expensive. Okay, out through the middle. You know it now, don't you? What didn't I do? Didn't punch any holes for it to go out. Where's the hole gone? There. Oh, I suppose I ought to think of a name for this this journal, didn't I? I can't just keep calling it the giveaway journal. It needs a name. So, if you want to suggest some names to me in the comments, that would be a great help. I'm not very good at naming things. Oh, I don't want to just call it the bird journal, so yeah, something a bit more adventurous. If you can think of anything, let me know. Oh gosh, that must be some thick paper in there, because that did not go through easily. Okay, don't throw anything on the floor, Denise. Okay, here we go, last one. Through the middle, one's normally the easy one. Did I do that at an angle? How very odd. Let me try it from this side. No, I don't know what I've done there, but it is, it's not playing ball. I wonder if I did go through at an angle. Well, that's gone straight through. How very strange. Yeah, we're through now. Must have moved something. That's it, through there. Get rid of that. And right way up. Right way up, yeah. So the middle one again. Final middle one. Oh, I don't know if I'm weedy. Don't go on the floor. Or if that's really tough to pull through, but one of those things is the case. There's a lot of string coming through there. What's happening? Right. Back through that one. I've only got one to choose from now, so I guess that makes that easier. But it's flapping about with the other two. That's it. Signature's in. Quite heavy now. That's it. We're through. And through there. I wonder if I should have punched all of them, seeing as I troubled with that first one. Are you through? Oh, that one's gone straight through. Must have just been the middle one. Lovely. Nearly there, folks. Nearly done it. And down through the last one here. That one doesn't want to either, so I don't know what happened. Where did my all go? Whether something shifted. The top one went through fine, didn't it? No, it's missing something, so let's just ever so gently see if I can get me all in the right place again. No, don't want to go through. Right, where's me button? See what I did. Don't you go through there. Oh, maybe went at an angle or yeah. Anyway, I've poked another hole now, so very close to the original one, but it's just made it a little bit bigger. Always a little drama. Why are you not moving? That's it. So back out here. Pliers. Oh, hey. And back in the middle. Where are we? There we are. Pull that one tight again. So back through that bit. Can you see what I'm doing? Ooh. One, oh, not come unthreaded. So one more. Are you going to be nice to us? Got a lot more string one side than the other on this one. This, you see, I haven't got much room to manoeuvre here with this. This one is always the tricky one. Maybe we should have gone through both. Right, I realise I might be out of shot now, but let's pull some of that back through, give myself a bit more room. Yeah, probably should have gone through both together. I think last time I did this on camera I said exactly the same thing, but I didn't learn. I may have to unthread it and do both. Are we through? No. Yeah, I'm going to have to do what I said. Which one was it? Back one, that one? Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to go through the book and the book spine and the yes, what's it called? The journal, the signature, that's it, at the same time, if I can. There. Yeah. Okay, not too bad. Could have been a lot worse, couldn't it? Have we gone through the thread? No, I don't think we have. So are we in the right place? Yeah, and we're nice and taut. Yeah, pleased with that. And it's just hoping when we take all the clips out then it seems nice and secure. Whoops. Put that where it won't roll. Okay, so a little bit longer video than I was expecting, but it is a second video today, so that's up there. Let's have you down, that's it. All the threads downwards. And we are in the top only just, but it did only just fit, so yeah, that's good. Let's have a little look then. Yes, so it's got a lot of pages in it, this journal. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have to be very careful with the thicker pieces. It's going to have a lot of the thinner pieces and some embellishments. And of course I need to leave room for the lucky winner to do some personalise it. That's how I like to say it, yeah. But yeah, the pages are turning fine. They all look central-ish. Yeah, I need to do some of those green. Yeah, some lovely papers in it. Loving the maps and yeah. So guys, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed seeing that, or just if you can't wait to see me fill it. So I guess this is the first video. Because I'm not going to count the cover. The cover I did really for a Tatty Treasure and Friends Facebook group challenge. So yeah, I'm going to consider this the first video. If you comment in this video, you will be entered into the prize draw. And I realise there might be a few videos between now and then, so I'm going to have to keep an account so that, you know, if you're somebody who comments on every video, because I have a lot of people who do. You know, if say there's 10 videos and you comment on every one, your name will go in the draw 10 times. And then, you know, if somebody just happens to find the prize draw on the last day and comments, you know, theirs will only go in once, I guess. It's just a way of kind of rewarding people that have been with me a long time, and interacting and things like that. Is that another one that needs to go down? Yeah, so chat to me in the comments, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed seeing it, or if you're just eager to see the rest of it. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I definitely will be back with this tomorrow, and we'll start doing a little bit on it, and then it will be, you know, a couple of times a week on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Okay guys, I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll see you all again in the morning. Bye bye for now.